This is Billy the Weather Guy. We have some snow coming up next week. It's April. Yes. Right now it's 87 degrees. It's partly cloudy. It feels like 90, humidity 45%, but right here it is somewhat cloudy and sunny. 88 degrees, but it feels like 101. Monday, high of 79, low of 69, 5 to 10 mile per hour wind with thunderstorms. Now the temperature is 78 degrees with a light sun shower. Soon there could be some rain here, but the weather in the south is very unpredictable. So see you there in North Carolina. Well, bye. Well, it's been your forecast. Well, like the city we thought was good. Subscribe if you want to see more. Make sure the bell icon is on for notifications. I will see you Friday and bye. And as well, happy Mother's Day. Mother. Okay, so now let's get into the temperature now. We're going to talk about the weather currently, and then we're going to move into the nor'easter. Then we're going to talk about the 6-day forecast. So let's do that. Let's see. Okay, so right now the temperature is currently 41 degrees. It is raining. The high is going to be about 50 today. So now let's discuss the nor'easter more in depth. So let me just pull that up. So nor'easter, let's see, that's about
Well, we got a pretty big storm that is really starting to gain strength on the East Coast. This is what it looked like on Friday in Myrtle Beach. Look at those flags on the right side of the screen there, just blowing like crazy. And the storm hasn't even gotten as strong as it's going to get, okay? So this is a pretty strong coastal storm. It basically means it's going to come up the coast. Very often when you get these storms in the winter, this will be a big snowstorm with a lot of snow on the backside of it. But in this case, it's going to be mostly rain, mainly because of the time of year that it is. There'll be a little bit of snow, especially in some of the high terrain. Also in parts of northern New England, but at the end of the day, I think really the big hallmark of this storm is going to be heavy rain, and just the wind is going to be so strong. I mean, we're talking gusts over 50, maybe even 60 miles an hour at times. So I think we'll have some coastal flooding going on, especially at the high tides. You guys know the drill if you live in some of those usual spots. Anytime you get this type of storm or something like a nor'easter, you end up with some of that coastal flooding at the high tides. A lot of rain. We could see some localized flooding, but I think the wind is going to be the biggest problem, with some power outages likely too.
okay. So this nor'easter, as here's the radar at 9 a.m. So we have some rain, we have some snow, and we have a mix, like some ice, some sleet going on. But here we have rain. So these are the winds as of 8:25 in the morning. So and there's going to be rain all over the place. There's going to be some snow up higher, up north. So yeah, some gusts. So we have some coastal flood warnings and coastal flood advisories in effect along the coast. This is how much rain is expected. We have about 1 to 2 inches of rain expected by Sunday. So if I go here, I can see that it's about like 10 to 20 mile per hour winds. We can have gusts in the 20s. So not really like that windy up for Rockland County, but when we're talking about New York City, it's a lot more windy. It's windier, in fact, is how you would say. So if I just pull that up, in fact, if I pull up New York City, and apparently it's snowing in Estonia, that shows up here. So let's say New York City. So there are power outages that are possible with this storm, and there's warm air getting pumped into the storm, so it's not allowing for that snow that could happen at this time of year, in fact. So New York City, 41, high of about 50. The winds right now, 14 miles per hour. Gust around the upper 20s. So as you saw in the video, the gusts are supposed to get pretty fierce, especially in New York City. Could be like in the 30s, you know, maybe even here it's in 30s, but New York City probably a couple 40s and 50s even. So yeah, so now let's go into the nor'easter a little more. That's basically it, though. There's about 1 to 2 inches of rain along the coast, like around here, right? 1 to 2 inches. And some areas can get 2 to 3 inches, and some areas can get lots of snow. We're talking 1 to 3 inches of snow, 3 to 5, some 5 to 8, 8 to 12. Apparently, like up in like Quebec and stuff, they're going to get a lot of snow, even Maine. It says right here, fortunately for now, this event does not look nearly as strong as the storm almost a year ago that underwent bombogenesis when it strengthens 24 millibars in about 24-hour period. So producing winds over 70 miles per hour in parts of New England, knocking out power to over 1 million customers in the Northeast. So it says right here, some ice accumulation is also possible. More than 0.10 inches of ice cannot be ruled out in northern Maine and northern New Hampshire into early Sunday. Precipitation could start out briefly as snow in eastern New York and central New England as moisture surges northward. The area of snow and likely some ice will expand during the afternoon and evening hours into the northern New York, northern New England, and be most widespread across Maine. Highest snowfall is northern Maine. Highest terrain upstate New York, New Hampshire, including Mount Washington. So, all right, let's see. So, as you see here, it looks like there's some snow mixing in up north. So if we take a look at the capital of New York, state capital known as Albany, right? If we look at Albany, it looks like we have some rain now, but it's a little chillier. So you can see there's some snow near it. So yep. Just some snow there, but apparently there was rain mixing in earlier. Some snow mixing in earlier, so there you go. So if we look at Montreal really quick, and then we're going to discuss the 6-day forecast for here. If we look at Montreal, it's a lot colder, so there will be some snow mixing in here maybe, so. Yep. Anyway, let's go back to here. So, as we talked about, rain, right? 1 to 2 inches here. So, let's talk about tomorrow now. So, if we talk about tomorrow, high of 53, low of 44. Partly cloudy, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. Some rain during the night. Low of 44, some rain during the night. Monday, high of 53, low of 49. Some rain in the morning, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds. It'll reduce to 5 to 10 in the afternoon. It'll be clear. Tuesday will be sunny, high of 57, low of 45. High winds 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. So Wednesday, high of 62, low of 51. Sunny as well, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. Thursday, we have high of 63, low of 50, 10 to 15 mile per hour winds, 5 to 10 in the afternoon. So some rain throughout the day. On Friday as well, some rain, high of 56, low of 44. And winds, 5 to 10 mile per hour winds. That is your 6-day forecast. So, of course, I think I will do a video Friday. So then you'll get another 7-day forecast. So, oh yeah, Halloween's coming up. So Halloween's a nice day. Around like upper 50, around like in the 50s. So around like 6 o'clock, you know. So, not a bad day for that. So, okay. So there is one more thing we could talk about, which we might as well. Ran out of things to talk about. Don't worry too much about the nor'easter. It's more powerful along the coast, and yes, power outages are possible. Just be careful. It's not like this big blockbuster storm like it said in the article like a year ago. It was like, whoa. This is not as strong. But if you see here, we have something called Oscar, which is not much of a threat, in fact. It's a tropical depression. It's going to strengthen, it looks like, into a Category 1 hurricane over the ocean. And as it apparently goes towards Europe, Britain, you know, United Kingdom, so the British Isles. So, yeah. So I'm going to watch for them. But anyway, that has been your forecast. Wow. Like this live stream if you thought it was good. Subscribe if you want to see more. Make sure the bell icon is on for notifications. And I will see you Friday. So, bye.